God, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Let's kick it off with this right here in Colossians. Chapter 2, verse 8, right? This is a classic. You could do a whole lesson off this verse right there.
Book of Colossians, chapter 2, and verse 8.
Read out.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
So you got to be careful in these last days, because there's going to be all kind of different spirits attacking you, trying to confuse you and trying to separate you from the love of the Most High God and from His only begotten Son. It's going to be trying to confuse you and what's the word I'm looking for? Distract you from the truth of the scriptures, from doing the will of the Most High God. An enemy of God don't always pronounce himself as an enemy. Right? An enemy of the Most High God can be someone who thinks in their mind that they're the friend of the Most High God, that they're serving the Most High God, but their actions, they actions speak louder than words. Actions speak a lot louder than words. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 31. Get that real quick. That was beautiful what you said. Actions speak louder than words, because nobody wants to say that they're against God. Does that mean everyone who say, they love God is actually, on God's side? No, that's not the truth of it. Let me see. Yeah, read that.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31.
Read it out.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love.
So with their mouth they show tons of love. It says they come like my people come, and they sit amongst my people. Right? They show up to the church on Sundays, Bible study, on Wednesdays. And with their mouth, they say, hallelujah, amen. When the pastor teaching, you got the old ladies, they say, amen, that's right, all the way in the back. And then you got the pastor, the guy with the drums. And he making a nice soft beat. And the piano kind of float in there real nice. And they sit down and they say all of these kind words and gestures to the Most High God. They show up in their best clothes. They smelling good, hair done, the hat, the hats. They show up. What else to say though?
For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
But their heart, they're going after that. They're going after everything their heart desire. To be on the Most High God's side, you can't do everything you want to do unless it aligns with the Most High God. You can't just go out and be God knows what and break all of God's commandments. And you're trying to establish your own thing. You're trying to build your own foundation. You're trying to see life the way you want to see life. But the Most High God, that's not how you be a servant of the Most High God. That is going to lead you down the path to being the Most High God's enemy. Right? Let me get the Colossians 2 and 8 again. That's hot. Colossians 2 and 8. Baba Kasha. Can you give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse, we can start at verse, we're going to start at the top on that, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. You're going to see how our enemies in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 operate. You're going to see how our enemies operate in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Bring that out one more time.
Book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you.
So you have to take diligent thought, or you're going to be spoiled. Your mind and your principles, your morals, your morality, the compass of what's right and wrong, you have to beware, or it's going to be spoiled. No one wants anything that's spoiled. Come on.
Lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Through what?
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Through philosophy.
Right, let's look up the word philosophy real quick. Let's see a quick Google search from philosophy. Bear with me. I want to get this real quick. Philosophy. It says the study of fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence, especially when considered as an academic discipline. So it's a particular system of philosophical. Say it again.
Philosophical.
There you go, brother. It says thought. So basically, you can be spoiled through a particular thought, a particular academical way of thought. You can be spoiled through that. What's one way that our people has been spoiled through philosophy? School. From the time that your child can walk and know his or her name, and tie their shoe, they're already being indoctrinated. They're already filling them up with their way of thinking. You got something? You got something, Cap?
I got something for you.
Okay, go ahead.
It's an example of a philosophy.
Right?
And it's what, back with the early church fathers was, when they was walking around the earth, which is more prominent, more important. It's a man named Celsus, and he was a Greek philosophy. And a lot of our people get our doctrine from the Greeks, right? But it says, when compared, this is what he believed, and this is what the same doctrine they push on our people. When compared with the gods of Romans and Greek mythology, Celsus found the Christian God sadly lacking and declared that he could not be a God, as he neither all-knowing nor all-powerful. And that's the example that he brought out earlier, and that's why people say, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the Bible. Because this is how they look at the God in this Bible. It's a philosophy, though. It says, Celsus could deduce no explanation, like the people, they can't produce no explanation. It says, for the action of the Christian God, such as the floods, natural disasters, and the introduction of evil into the world, except that God wanted to draw attention to his greatness because he felt humanity was giving him less than his due. And that's what a lot of people think. They believe that they believe this doctrine of philosophy. This is what this man named Celsus was pushing on the earth. And a lot of our people believe this under the disguise of Christianity today.
So the point is, you have to be careful because we're being targeted. We have a bounty on us. And the bounty is your mind. They're trying to kill your mind. They're trying to kill your spirit. The spirit, not the spirit of adultery. They're not trying to kill that, right? They're watering that. They're not trying to kill the spirit of man working with man, right? If you got ears to hear, they're not trying to kill that spirit. They're not trying to kill the spirit of hating your brother in your heart. They're not trying to kill the spirit of the Israelites being in captivity. They're not trying to. The spirit that they're trying to kill is the Holy Spirit, the spirit of the Most High that was placed inside us, right? And it was supposed to be to glorify Him and to bring fruit. But that's the spirit that they after. That's what they're targeting, and they're doing it systematically. It's on autopilot. They got certain things so sold up that it's on autopilot. They got you working 40 plus hours a week and you can barely keep up with bills. So that means you got to send your children away to go learn their philosophies and doctrines just so you can make ends meet, right? Still you coming up short. Still it's a lot of work. But they're pushing doctrine, pushing philosophies. You got to understand that if you allow them to instill these philosophies and doctrines into you or into your children or into your family, you lost. Go ahead, Cap.
Okay, Cap. All right, this is what you're saying reminded me of this. It says the book's authenticity is widely questioned by lures sayings it was delivered as a speech by a slave owner named Willie Lynch in Jamestown, Virginia in early 18th century. The topic is how to break and control slaves. At one point, the speaker introduced slave owners to keep the body, take the mind. Keep the body, take the mind. So that's what it sounded like.
So that popped up in your head when I said that, after our mind.
Keep the body, take the mind.
They want to keep the body, because the body can be profitable for them and their kingdom, because it's carnal. They can work you to death. That's how America became known and great.
Yep.
Off of free labor from the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Mexicans. If you didn't know that, newsflash, you got to wake up. We in the last days. Our enemies are right on our tail, right? The next world war is on the rise. You got to wake up. If you ain't woke yet, it's getting down to the nitty gritty. It's getting too close for comfort. If you don't know yet, you might not ever know. If you playing with it, give me that give me the classic. Give me Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. I know I got you holding a few things. What you got? You got 2 Thessalonians. You got the Maccabees. Yeah, give me the Sirach 5 and 7 real quick, and then you can drop it.
I got it.
Okay, go
They
ahead.
say that the revolution will not be televised. Everybody knows that statement from, what was it, back in the 70s, 80s. Revolution will not be televised, but and it's not, because they're like, people on TikTok like, why is the news not reporting this?
Yeah.
Why is nobody talking about this? What just happened here? Or, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep us occupied and our minds confused by other silly stuff and not really what's going on. Or not really what we really need to know.
If you got the whole, when I say world, when I was finna say world, I was finna say America. Because a lot of these other countries, they kind of know what's going on. It's more published. You know what I'm saying? It's more published openly. If they don't know, it's because they follow in the ways of America. Let's just be honest. America don't, if everybody was to pay attention to global news, worldwide news, the end would come quicker. And it wouldn't shock everybody, but that's the whole point of it. That's why, like, the prophecy's got to be fulfilled. Hamashiach said he's going to come like a thief in the night when people ain't expecting it. Now, if America was to tell everybody what's going on and line it up with the Bible, then it wouldn't be, the prophecies couldn't come to pass, right? Let's bring that out real quick.
In Sirach chapter 5, verse 7.
Right.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day.
Right. Go ahead.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
Right. So this is the reason why I told you, like, if you're playing with the truth, you heard the truth, but you haven't made your way into repentance and start walking in repentance and obeying the Most High God, keeping Day Atonement, keeping Passover, keeping tabernacles, keeping the Sabbath day holy, keeping new moons, congregating with brothers, teaching the truth, loving your brother in your heart, obeying your father and your mother, not coveting. If you ain't made your way to doing that, you're tearing to turn to the Lord. And the scripture says, in your security, you're going to be destroyed. And I don't want to see that happen to my people, but the harsh truth is, it is what it is. Everybody not going to be redeemed. Everybody can't make it unscathed. That's the harsh truth. This ain't Christianity. Get right or get left behind, man. Get right or get destroyed. We're not up here preaching nothing else. Let's get back to it, because we got to be able to identify the strategies that our enemies are using against us. They want your house to be out of order. They want your young son who's 6, 7, and 8 years old to start imagining stuff. They want your daughter who's 7 years old to start imagining stuff. To start thinking. They want them to grow up too fast. And it's not the kind of growth that's in righteousness. It's the kind of growth that's after the rudiments of this world. Right? Let's get the classic. Let's get 2 John chapter 2, verse 15. 1 John 2:15. It's like
Book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15.
Bring it out.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Right.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
People say they love God all day, every day. You can say whatever you want to, but I'm not going to sing you a song Don't expect none of the brothers to sing you a song. Actually, stop singing a song to yourself. You rocking yourself to sleep, saying, you know, I love God and God knows my heart. And anytime I hear somebody say that, I say that's the scary part. God does know your heart, and he knows that you're not worried about him. He knows that you don't really have a heart that desires to serve him every day, each and every day when you wake up. He knows that you don't have a heart to keep the Sabbath day every week. He knows that. He knows that you don't have a heart to really love your people with all your might. He knows that you don't really have a mind that wants to serve him. He knows that. Your heart is your mind. Your mind is fully ready to go jump in every new trend. That's what your mind is after. Your mind is fully persuaded to go do evil if the world say it's okay. But guess what? The righteous are bold as a lion, and they gonna stand 10 toes down no matter what, to what the Most High God say. Cut! That's what they gonna do. No matter what the world say it's okay to do, guess what? Lord willing, Soldier Zion say no. I'm not doing that, because God said this. Lord willing, Soldier Malachi, he say no. I'm not doing that, because the Most High God said this. And he hates the world. I know offers to Tahawam, tried and true, stamped, solid, 10 toes down. His mind is after the laws of the Most High God, and it's written on his heart. And that's why he trying his best to establish his house on the foundation of the Most High God. That's what brothers got to do. And if you're not, you're going to fall into the traps. If you think that our enemy is out here, this is war 101. They beating us right now. We are on the bottom. The only thing we got going for us in this war is the power of the Most High God. That's it. If you think that you can go buy an AR, the twin Glocks, if you think that's enough, you're gonna find out the hard way. You're gonna find out real soon, right? Let's get into that 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Right, let's start from let's start from the top.
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord and Savior Hamashiach Yahushai, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled.
And he said, don't be soon shaken in mind. The most important thing about any kind of warfare is this. Is this right there. Right? Let's keep reading.
That ye be not soon taken, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand.
Right? So you got to stand strong. The day of our Messiah is at hand. We're getting closer and closer. Let's keep reading.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Hold on. Look at how he said that. Don't let nobody deceive you. Don't let nothing trick you. Right? In the book of Ephesians chapter 6, I believe the 11th verse, he says you got to put on the armor of God, because the devil is coming with wiles, with trickery, deceit. That's why we call, do we got the Caesar up here? Is that he over here? Point to Caesar, Taiwan. Look, brother, that's off. That's point to Caesar one more time. That's Caesar. That's the wiles of the devil.
That's right.
That's the deceit. That's how he gets your mind all stirred up, tricked, and you can't fight no more, because every time you pray to God and then you pray, you know, to Yahweh Yahushua, that image pop up in your head. If when you think about Christ, that white image pop up, it's getting shaky. You got to get that out of your head, because that's the deceit. The Bible clearly paints the image of the Messiah, that he was a melanated, dark-skinned man, right? Simple stuff like that. But through philosophy, you start to believe our Messiah really looked like that. And he's coming to save everybody on earth. That's the philosophy we got to take heed of. We got to make sure we're not deceived. Let's keep reading.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
Right?
Read. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right? So a few things got to happen before our Messiah come back. A falling away, which a lot of the Israelites' train of thought is the Israelites losing their nationality. 2/3 dying. Before the Messiah come back, those kind of events have to take place. Jacob's trouble, the falling away, the Israelites dying in massive numbers. Right? Let me get Zechariah 2/3. I ain't pulled that out in a minute. And it says the son of perdition got to be revealed. Perdition goes into like evil. So the son of perdition goes into evil. It's another, there you go, he remembered. Yeah. Right, let's bring this out. Verse 7, yeah? Yeah.
14. Zechariah 13:7. It says, "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts."
Right, this is what the Lord of hosts said. Now, what's the sword of the Most High? Esau, right? Our enemies. You agree? The sword of the Most High God is our enemies. Now, the Lord of hosts said, "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd." Let's keep reading.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 7. "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd."
Do what?
Smite the shepherd.
Who's our shepherd? Yahweh Shah, that's our chief shepherd. And we have other shepherds too. That's men of renown. We always had shepherds who led our people, right? You had the Levites, you got the rulers, you got the judges, the princes, right? You got prophets, you got a lot of shepherds on different kind of levels. The teachers, they'll pop up in the synagogue, teach you the law of Moses, so forth and so on. These are the shepherds. But he said, "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd." Read.
It say, "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered."
Now, who's the sheep? That's the Israelites. We the sheep. He said, we're gonna wake up the sword of the Most High God. We're gonna smite the shepherds, meaning the leaders or the leader, which is Hamashiach, of our people, and the little ones are gonna be scattered. They're gonna be confused. If you don't got no shepherd, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what's what. You need somebody to lead you, right? Keep reading.
It's saying, "I will turn my hand upon the little one,
And who's the little ones? The Israelites. The Lord is gonna turn his hand on us. Go ahead.
and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die."
To what?
2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
So 2 parts therein is going to be cut off and die. Read one more line.
But the third shall be left therein.
Right. So you want to try your best to be amongst the third. 2/3 is about 66%. That's over half. Well over half of our people is going to die. That's what the Most High God said was going to happen. And one of the things he's going to use to solidify that is the sword. The sword is our enemies, chiefly Esau, because he's the border of wickedness, like the scriptures say. Anytime you find wickedness on earth, you're going to see that Esau started it. He's right around. He's somewhere in the midst, stirring up trouble. He got the spirit of trouble on him. So this is what we got to do. We got to make sure we're not deceived by their philosophies, their traditions, the things of this world, because they're coming and they're coming hard. Every day. They don't stop. It's clockwork, round work. It can be 2 a.m. and the world still be in the world. You turn on the TV, the world's still there. 3 a.m. You try to check your phone to see what time it is, and then next thing you know, you doom scrolling. You just trying to check your phone, like I said, to see what time it is, and you end up on some site that you shouldn't be on. First, it started with the scrolling on Facebook. You was kind of just checking your feed, or you seen you had a notification, and then next thing you know, you scrolling, you see something, and it sparks something else, and then it sparks something else, and now you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Hey, sometimes you ain't gotta do that. Sometimes that'll come to you.
Yeah,
You be scrolling, it just come to you. It's like, what about this?
exactly. My point is, the world, it's not gonna stop. The things of this world ain't gonna stop. So you gotta constantly be feeding your spirit. All right, let's keep reading.
Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
So the man of sin has to be revealed. Give me Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. It says the man of sin has to be revealed. Now you gotta kind of understand the lingo of the Bible. Is it one particular man on earth that's just evil, stirring up everything? No. It's a group of people. It's a nation of people. It's groups of people. It's nations of people. And their whole mission and their whole goal is to create evil devices on earth. Stir up evil on earth. Make the evil popular so we do it. What you got?
That's what an algorithm is for. It's a study of something. So if they, what marketing, let's say you want to sell a product, the company that owns the app, they see what you have to show. Like if I show the people 3 of the same TikToks, they're 90% chance of clicking that website. So you don't think that these evil websites are going to pay for that same algorithm? So everybody imagine if 10 men all have the same For You page and 7 of them fall in trap for that. Don't you think they're going to buy that and send it to 1,000 men? And so your For You page could be the exact setup for that trap. Like, dang, isn't that crazy that I saw that? Dang, I didn't. So everything is calculated in that algorithm.
Right.
They calculate it. They playing a numbers game. They know that some of the Israelites is going to fall. Primarily 2/3. Right? What I call for? Nahum. Yes, sir.
Book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 5.
You know?
Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts.
He's going to do what?
I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness.
This is what the Most High God is doing on the earth. Now, let's kind of slow it down. He said he's going to discover. He's talking about a nation in particular, right? When you read the book of Nahum, Nahum is going over excuse me, who is it? Nineveh, the Assyrians, right? But what you got to understand is too, the Bible is a timeless book, and when the Bible talks about Nineveh, you got to understand that the characteristics that Nineveh was known for, you see the same things going on in this place. This Bible is encrypted. This Bible is alive. When they describe America is just we got to dive into it a little bit. America is known as Babylon. Babylon just means confusion, right? So I'm dropping a lot of gems. You got to get your pen out to keep up. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you got to kind of apply yourself right now, because I'm finna drop a lot of information. So America in the Bible is known as Babylon. To be more precise, the daughter of Babylon, or Babylon the Great. Why? Because it has characteristics of the first Babylon. It had the Israelites in captivity. It was all kind of idols. It was all kind of sins. America is a combination of all of the different kingdoms that ruled the earth. So America got a lot of traits of Egypt. It got a lot of traits of the Assyrian Empire. A lot of the same things that Babylon did, America did. A lot of the things that the Persian and Medes did, America does. A lot of the things that what we got, the Greeks did, America adopted. A lot of the things that Rome did, America adopted. Why? Because Babylon just means confusion. This is the most confused nation on earth. The most confused nation on earth. It's hard to even understand our own language. When I say our, I'm talking about English, where when you spell knife, you throw a K in front of it. You know, we can get into all of the different things that don't make sense in America, but that's what America is designed to be. It's a crock pot of BS, and you trying to sort through the BS to find the truth. Go ahead, King.
Binary or non-binary?
Right.
Let's talk about it. He don't even get it.
Right. What
You
pronoun?
binary or
What's your-
non-binary?
What's your pronoun?
What's your pronoun? Are you a they?
Right.
Are you a he or she?
Well, I'm charging extra if you damn.
Right. If you they
What
are.
you posted in the chat a few days ago?
It said, transgender woman tells ex-husband to bring his testicles back. Like what?
Oh my.
That ain't confusion.
Right.
That's madness.
Salakia. It's a certain precept I want to
I
grab and
forgot
open
how
up.
it was phrased. Like,
Yeah, it was crazy. I seen what you was talking about. Salakia, bear with me.
I got some.
Okay, go ahead.
They said, so I work with a lot of other dialects, like people that speak Burmese and speak Spanish and whatnot. And when they talk about English, they say your language is so hard to learn. That's what they say. They say, excuse my language, your language is confusing. It's hard. It says y'all have multiple words meaning the same thing, or you know how we spell knife, like in Spanish. People like it to be a beginner's language because it actually is spelled the same exact way it's pronounced. So that's why Spanish is something that's easier to learn. Also, we was talking about a lot of people, like there's a king there, and he's from Puerto Rico. I said, hey, do you want to go back to Puerto Rico? And he's like, yes. I asked Burmese, hey, would you go back to your land? They said yes. It's because when they came over here, it wasn't what they expected. When you come over here, you might see a man in a dress. You might see the culture is way different. And I kind of was just testing their you know where they're at, if they really ate up this American doctrine. And I said, so here you see a lot of crazy people. That's a code word. I gotta bleep that out. And then I'm an editor. I gotta bleep that out. But it shows you that when they come here and they start singing everybody, New York seems coveted after, but then when you go to New York, you see a lot of crazy things, and either you like it or you don't.
Also, you go to Vegas, in the daytime, Vegas look like this. Actually,
It look
looks a little
trashy.
worse than this.
Yeah.
For real, it looks terrible. And during the day, but at night, it's like, damn, it just changed.
Yeah.
A complete change.
Yeah. I heard stories about that. You go to Las Vegas in the daytime, it is not where you want to be, but at night
It's all lit up.
it look good. Got all the lights. Yeah.
The darkness covers the.
Yeah. Men love darkness rather than light. Where was I at? I was making way on the Nahum. You had a point?
I got something to add to that, nigga.
Okay, Con. Bring it up.
Just to put a name on it, he said he will uncover their skirts. We can put a name with it right here. This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I've made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Like you said, it's encrypted.
Like, that's a name to it.
Right.
So he tell you exactly. I want to dive back into the Nahum, because the brothers that's been around for a minute, and that was Jeremiah what?
49:10.
49:10. All right, for the brothers that know, you can keep up, but I gotta slow it down for the brothers, for the Akim who not up to speed just yet. So when it says, when the Lord said, I'ma uncover their skirts. Now a skirt is something that hangs off your body. It's a clothing, it's a garment that covers up your body. Namely, your secret parts. The things that are most valuable and precious to you. You don't need everybody knowing and seeing what you got. All of the things you need to cover up, you cover up with a skirt. So that's a code word for secrets, for stuff that you want to hide. So the Lord said he was going to uncover all of their secrets. And the secret goes into their wickedness, the deceitfulness, their covetousness, their greed, the adulterous spirit they have, right? The murderous spirit they have. The Most High God said he's finna show America secrets, show who they really are. Because for the longest time, America was the greatest place on earth. But slowly but surely, everyone is coming together against America because they're starting to see who she really is.
Great city.
The great city. In the Bible, America is known as the whore. Right? We got to just throw that out there. She gets in bed with every single nation. She's a gold digger. She'll take your soul. She'll take all your resources. She robs and she steals. She says that she's going to keep this treaty, but she doesn't. She's a covenant breaker. Hey, do anybody want a wife who's going to break the covenant? Break the marriage covenant? Hell no, but that's who America is. She's that whore. She says she's going to love you long time. But you ain't the only one she loving. Right? She's that kind of woman who gets around. Like the scripture goes in detail about how America gets down. But only the wise men are going to understand who America really is and be able to prove it with the scriptures, with the prophecies. So now that we know that these different secrets and these different devices and her different mind games and her different avenues that all these different traps that America lays for the outside countries and for even as people that lives in America, people are starting to realize who she is. That's why you have BRICS coming together against America. We don't need America's money no more. Let's exclude her out of the picture. Let's just do our own thing, right? Let's get that in Obadiah, right? Watch how the scriptures from hundreds of years ago talk about America, right? Ring that up.
Obadiah 1:7.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
All the men of thy confederacy.
So all of the nations of your confederacy, right? You can start at 6.
Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Right.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Right. So the hidden things of America, Esau is just the biblical name of the so-called white man, the Europeans. So how are all of their hidden things and devices searched out? Sought up. Everyone's starting to see all of the things that they was doing. All of the blood that they shedded. All of the evil and raping and the murdering and the robbing. All of the things they had to do to get to where they was at. People don't want to do business with them no more. You can never trust them. Let's keep reading.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
Right.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Right.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee.
So the men that was confederate with you and at peace with you, come on.
Have deceived thee.
Have what?
Have deceived thee.
Have what?
Have deceived thee.
So America is known as deceiving everybody. But now they're finna be deceived. Come on.
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
So now you got these different nations. They're finna prevail over America. America was all the way up here. Right? Their kingdom reached to the skies, to the heavens. They was above. If you wanted to be any kind of nation, any kind of person, you got to come to America to be somebody. You got to learn English to be somebody. English is the number one, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I looked it up. But the most popular, most spoken language on earth. America is. Then you got Mandarin, right? But anyways, that's besides the point. I heard people say that you'll see it in movies. You'll see it in all kind of places. If you want to be successful, you got to go to America. You got to go to their schools. That's why you got foreign exchange students and all of this. You got to go to their universities, their colleges. You want to say something?
So you can't even fly a plane without speaking English. Like that's worldwide. You cannot have a plane take flight, even that as your own land, your own country, without knowing English. And then also other languages, they speak to each other in English, a white man's language. Like why?
Yeah. You can be in damn China and you could be talking to another Chinese guy and English is coming out. You have to know that's because America was at its pinnacle. But now America is starting to decline and decline and decline and decline slowly but surely. The value of being an American is not the same no more. There's some people who still fancy if you know what fancy if mean?
Nobody told me how.
Brother, we're getting hacked.
Disconnected.
We're getting hacked by the captain. Yeah. They're on to us. Right. So the point is, America is known as this great place. But the thing is, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to indoctrinate you. They're trying to feed you philosophies. They're trying to feed you a way of living, a way of life. They're trying to change the morality of the Most High. They're trying to change what's right by the Most High God and the wrong. And what's wrong according to the Most High God is right. And if you're not able to identify that, you're going to be in trouble. Not be in trouble, you're already in trouble. So it's time to start understanding who you are, what's required of you, how the steps you need to take right now, today, to get to the Most High God's kingdom, to get in his good graces. You need to learn how to take steps right now to start obtaining mercy and grace and favor in the eyes of the Most High God, because it's finna get real bad real quick. It's finna get bad real quick. Hot.
Heavy.
He said America is going to burn. It's going to be like an oven. Give me Psalms chapter 21 and verse 6. You finna get a precept? What you finna get? Huh? Okay. Psalms chapter 21 and verse 6. It should be 6. It's been a minute. It might be 9. Chapter 21 verse 9.
This is Psalms chapter 21 verse 9.
No.
Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord,
And you, in the time of the Most High God's anger, he said he's going to make stuff hot. You don't want to make the Most High God angry, because when he get angry, things get hot. You don't want to make certain men, if you don't want to make certain men angry because they got power, they can get you killed, they can make you go through tough stuff, situations. You got to see this then. If you don't want to make certain men angry on earth, why would you want to make Yahweh angry? He said he's going to make the block hot. Go ahead.
thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them.
He said he finna send missiles. He's finna send missiles, nukes. He's finna allow these different men to make war, and you're gonna get caught right up in the midst of it with no safety, because there's safety in the name of the Lord.
That's right.
And the righteous, they shout out the name of the Lord, and they're safe. Come on.
Verse 10, their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee.
What they do?
They intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Right, so they got all of these wicked thoughts. In the Bible, a lot of times when you see an evil device or imagined, it's always going into your thoughts, more oftentimes than not. The device is usually going into your thoughts. And you got people thinking that they can make war against God. You got men who really think that they can make a space force. Right, we've been hearing about this for a while in America. Esau's planning on fighting against the Most High. When you read the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13, it tells you that the nations are going to come together. They're going to stop what they're doing, making war against each other, and they're going to try and fight against our Messiah. And he said it ain't gonna be long till he eat them up. Go ahead.
All right, this is a point. This is the answer to what Zion just said about how you can't fly a plane without speaking English. Like, how is the earth not given into the hand of the wicked? How is it not the so-called white man? But this also adds to what you just said, how they speak. They speak against the heavens. This is Psalm 73, verse 9. Psalm 73, verse 9.
Bring it out.
They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. So he said you could be in your own foreign country, but you have to speak English. That tongue is Esau's tongue.
I know how to preach it. I just got our DOC Thursday.
What you got out?
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
It shall what?
Shall burn as an oven.
What the Bible say?
Shall burn as an oven.
He said there's going to be a day on earth and it's going to burn like an oven. Why does the Bible keep saying this? These things got to come to pass. Read.
And all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
He said he's going to kill everybody that's prideful. When the Bible talks about the proud, a lot of time when it's dealing with prophecy, it's talking about a particular group of people, right? If you go back to the book of Obadiah, matter of fact, go back to the book of Obadiah real quick. Let's prove it real quick. The proud is going into the Edomites. If you don't know, you're going to find out. This is Bible 101. You got to know these. You can't walk into a door, right? This Bible got many doors. You can only get so far and walk through so many doors. If you ain't got the keys, you can't get in. I'm finna give you another key. When the Bible talks about the proud, a lot of times when it's dealing with prophecy, it's dealing with our enemies, the so-called Edomites.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
So the book of Obadiah is specifically about the Edomites. It's all about the Edomites. That's primarily everything is talking about. Prophecies concerning Edom. But he said, what did he say about pride? Read that again.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
So the pride of his heart, it deceived him. What else does it say?
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
And we know who dwell in the clefts of the rocks. We know where Esau was in Petra. We know what he was building in the Caucasus Mountains. We know what he was doing. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
And Esau, the white man always liked to be in high places. On the spiritual level, he likes to be on high above everybody. Like, he wants to be better than you, better than him. He's not satisfied with being equal. He wants to be better than you. And on a physical level, Esau liked being up high. He liked having the downtowns, the monster trucks, the skyscrapers. He even liked jumping out of planes. Let's just be real. Esau, he liked to climb up all the mountains, and then he gets to the top and take his shirt off, wave it around and scream. Scream. That's what Esau liked to do.
Or cold as Mount Everest.
Yeah, he liked to do that. He liked to kind of do it. That's what he liked to do. He wanted to say his name and have it echo for a few miles. Esau liked to do it, man. But the pride of his heart deceived him. Him thinking that he's the hottest thing. Him thinking he's the greatest thing. Him thinking he's the most important group of people on earth. His pride, that's what's going to bring him down. That's why the Most High God got something special for Edomites.
That's right.
Something real special. All the brothers say, Ka! Ka! Got something special for Esau. Everything that Esau did, there's not nothing good in there. You read the Bible, you're not really going to find nothing good that God said about the Edomites. I don't know a prophecy that said anything good about them. Really don't. I don't know. It might be one in there that you might be able to break down and say, you know, this is good in a way. But overall, he's going to die. Overall, the prophecies already spoke. Give me Revelation chapter 18 and verse, I think I want to start at the top. Let me see. Let's start at verse, let's start at there.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Read that again.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Hey man, are you drunk? Sir,
No, I'm not drunk.
you're not drunk?
No, I just got out of DOC.
What's
I
that?
can't sleep out here.
What's DOC?
Department of Corrections.
What you was in there for?
I was in there for assault and battery to a police officer.
Oh really?
My third time.
Your third time?
Yes.
I don't know how you got out. That was your third time doing
They only
that.
gave me 18 months. It's actually his fault. I asked him if I could use his cell phone to call in my credit card and install it.
They
He
wasn't
told
trying to
me
do
no.
that.
So I threw my bag on the ground. That's a fucking thing.
You finna
And he
start
grabbed me
throwing
to the ground and handcuffed me.
Yeah.
But the other two came up. I found children. Watch this. I can really preach the Bible. I know it.
Hold on.
Benjamin.
Hold on. Benjamin.
Genesis 4, 49, 27. Benjamin was raised in the whip. He knows when to strike and separate out of spoils. Didn't Rachel die in Bethlehem?
Hold on. Slow down. What's the nation of your father?
My father?
Yeah.
All right, Native American Hawaii. Native Hawaiian.
What about your
Guam
grandfather?
Indians. Now watch this. Guam, USA.
What about your
Forgiveness
grandfather?
is-
What about your grandfather?
Which one?
Your daddy?
dad?
Yeah.
My mom's side?
No, your dad's side.
My
Your-
dad's
your
side?
dad's
I'm
dad.
not for sure about that.
You're not for sure?
No, I didn't get to meet. My dad had to leave here in 1975.
Let me ask you
or
another question.
74.
Let me ask you another question. Do you think that white men are doing us bad?
I think everybody has a reason on this earth.
Or do you think that white men and black men should be
I don't
equal?
really see color. I see human beings. But the real question of the Bible today.
Do you think that
know
white
this
men are
body
evil?
today?
Do you think that
No, I
white
don't
men?
like the sun.
Do you think that white men did a lot of evil to Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans?
I think it went both ways. It was equal to everything.
You think it was equal?
Yes.
All right. So, chances is your spirit not bearing witness right now.
Can I-
Hey, we're gonna keep continuing.
All right, my four cornerstones is Matthew 5:5, then that 5:3.
All right, let's bring that out again. Let's go back to the Revelation, and we're gonna wrap this joint up, man. Bring it out.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Everybody is drunk off Babylon juice, drunk off of the philosophies. Everyone's indoctrinated. Everyone's chasing after Babylon. Everyone's chasing after Babylon. Babylon has sold people dreams, and everybody wants to chase it. The book of Sirach, go to Sirach chapter 34 and go to verse 1. Let me show you something about dreams. Because America is known for, this is Dreamville. This is where you can go, you can have a dream, and you can come here and complete it. Make it come true. Right? Start from 1. This is Sirach chapter 34 verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain. It says the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fool. What the Bible say? And dreams lift up fool. What the Bible say? And dreams lift up fool. The Bible says, I want the next verse on that too. If you're chasing after dreams, you're a fool. Read. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. If you name me one man who caught a shadow, we're gonna be here forever. You can't, it's intangible. You can't catch it. So a man trying to come to America and chase his dreams, he's a foolish man. And it's gonna end up being a bad dream. And then when he wake up, it's gonna be too late. Let's go back to this in Revelation.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right. And all the nations of the earth, they got in bed with America, and now the blood is on their hands too. Read.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And America is known for doing business. America is a big corporation. And it's all about money and business. That's what America's on. It's not about morals and principalities and in God we trust. It's never been about that. It's always been about money. It's always been about we got to get to California and get the gold. It's always been like this land is rich. It got rich soil. It's precious things here. It's always been about money with these people. And anybody that gets in bed and gets in business and lay down with Babylon the Great gonna be destroyed.
That's right.
But everybody waking up. I'm not doing business with America no more.
That's right.
Right? They coming together against America. Let's keep reading.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
What the Bible say?
Come out of her, my people.
What we gotta do?
Come out of her, my people.
All the traditions.
Come out of her, my people.
All the philosophies.
Come out of her, my people.
All the laws.
Come out of her, my people.
All the doctrines.
Come out of her, my people.
All the sins.
Come out of her, my people.
Do what?
Come out of her, my people.
That's what the Israelites gotta do. In 2023 AD, we gotta come out of America. We gotta come out of Babylon, the whore, the daughter which is. We gotta come out of her. And if not, you're gonna be found guilty. Finish that verse out.
That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right?
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
How high?
Unto heaven.
How high?
Unto heaven.
How high?
Unto heaven.
All the rape?
Unto heaven.
All the murders?
Unto heaven.
All the trials?
Unto heaven.
All the tribulations?
Unto heaven. And God hath remembered her iniquity.
And the Most High God not gonna let none of that slide by.
That's right.
All of your sins is being recorded. If the Israelites' sins was recorded with a damn diamond, a pin of iron, what you think he finna do to people he don't love? Come on.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
What we gonna do?
Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
Read.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
How much?
Double according to her works.
How much?
Double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Hey man, that's all I gotta say, man. You gotta let America go. The doctrines, the philosophies, the traditions of this world, you gotta let them go.
That's right.
If not, you're gonna be the one who received double. If not, you're gonna have to drink that cup too. And with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, HaMashiach, Yahweh. His mercy endures
Forever, amen.
His mercy endures
Forever.